Today we're taking a look at these NBA matches, which are happening on Friday, January 13, 2023, and giving you our total picks for today. Welcome back to High Stakes. Before we dive into our video, don't forget to subscribe and push that notification bell to get notified as soon as we release these sport prediction videos, and make sure to watch it till the end so you don't miss any of our picks. Also check out our Patreon if you want access our premium picks. Our Patreon is a way for us to help you improve your chances of making more money. You will find the link in description and comment section below. One more thing before we start, check out our new channel High Stakes Props and Parlays, where you can find our player props and parlay picks predictions. You will find the link in the description and comment section below. A pair of Eastern Conference teams meet in hopes of improving their standing in the playoff picture on the hardwood in the Hoosier State. Indiana Pacers vs Atlanta Hawks. The Atlanta Hawks and Indiana Pacers meet Friday in NBA action at the Gainbridge Fieldhouse. The Atlanta Hawks have lost 6 of their last 8 games. The Indiana Pacers have won 6 of their last 8 games. Both of these teams are top 10 in the NBA in possessions per game. Indiana leads the NBA fast break scoring, where the Hawks have been less than averaging defensively in transition this season. Each of these teams should allow their opponent to come down with several second-chance scoring opportunities, and both of the offenses should take good enough care of the ball to keep turnovers to a minimum. Both of these teams rank top 10 in field goals made per game, and the Hawks are 4th in field goal attempts per contest. Our total pick is over 229 points. With high pace and 2 teams that are finding the basket better than most of the league, the over is the play. Washington Wizards vs New York Knicks. The New York Knicks and Washington Wizards meet Friday in NBA action at the Capital One Arena. The New York Knicks have won 5 of their last 6 games. The Washington Wizards have split their last 6 games. With 2 bad offenses going against each other and the Wizards without their top scorers, I like the under in this matchup. New York is 20-21-1 in hitting the under this season, while the Wizards are 21-21. Meanwhile, the Knicks are playing at a pace of 99.4, which ranks 27th. Washington is playing at a pace of 100.2, which ranks 20th, so this should be a slow matchup, while the Wizards' offensive efficiency ranks 21st in the NBA. The Knicks have a good enough defense to really shut down Washington and limit to them around 100 or fewer points in this matchup to help the under cash. Our total pick is under the total. As well, in the Wizards' last 5 games, the games are averaging 225.4 ppg, but that includes games against New Orleans and OKC, who have better offenses than New York, while the Knicks' last 6 are averaging 213.6 ppg. Detroit Pistons vs New Orleans Pelicans. The New Orleans Pelicans and Detroit Pistons meet Friday in NBA action at the Little Caesars Arena. The New Orleans Pelicans have lost 5 of their last 7 games. The Detroit Pistons have lost 5 of their last 8 games. Although the first time these 2 teams met was 104-98, I'm expecting a much different result here, as both teams' defenses have taken a step back, while both offenses can also score a ton. The Pistons, meanwhile, are the best team in the NBA in hitting the over as Detroit is 27-17-1, while New Orleans is 5th at 25-17. The Pelicans, meanwhile, play at a pace of 101.4, which ranks 12th, while Detroit is tied for 13th at a pace of 101.3. As well, New Orleans is 7th in offensive efficiency, while Detroit is tied for 29th in defensive efficiency, which should mean a lot of points. Our total pick is over 232.5 points. The Pelicans' last 10 games, the games are averaging 229.8 ppg, while Detroit's last 10 games are averaging 242.7 ppg. San Antonio Spurs vs Golden State Warriors. The Golden State Warriors and San Antonio Spurs meet Friday in NBA action at the Alamodome. The Golden State Warriors have lost 3 straight games. The San Antonio Spurs have lost 6 of their last 7 games. Golden State leads the NBA in pace of play entering this Western Conference snoozer against the San Antonio Spurs. In Stephen Curry's return to action, the Golden State Warriors played a sluggish defensive game as they were defeated 125-113 at home Tuesday. He shot 8 for 22, and the Warriors looked like they just got off the team bus as the first quarter began. It will be a different story Friday, but this game will go under because San Antonio will get blown out of the building by the third quarter. They have lost 7 of 10 and have been a nightmare defensively this season. Our total pick is under 240.5 points. They have lost 7 of 10 and have been a nightmare defensively this season. I can see Golden State hopping all over them and coasting the rest of the way to an easy victory. For that reason, take the under. Minnesota Timberwolves vs Phoenix Suns. The Phoenix Suns and the Minnesota Timberwolves duke it out at the Target Center on Friday night in NBA action. The Suns ranked 26th in pace entering this contest with Minnesota. Playing on the second leg of the back-to-back, they looked sluggish in a 126-97 beatdown by the Denver Nuggets. A night after winning at Golden State despite missing 4 starters and 6 rotation players, the Suns ran out of gas. Expect a better effort from coach Monty Williams' bunch in this game, and although I do not expect them to win, they will eclipse the 100-point mark. Minnesota is next to last in three-point defense, allowing opposing teams to shoot nearly 37% from deep. Our total pick is over 224.5 points. The total number has gone over in 7 of Minnesota's last 10 games overall. Chicago Bulls vs Oklahoma City Thunder. The Oklahoma City Thunder and Chicago Bulls meet Friday in NBA action at the United Center. The Oklahoma City Thunder have split their last 8 games. The Chicago Bulls have split their last 8 games. These teams are both in the middle of some nice offensive stretches. The Thunder have seen the total go over in their last 6 games straight. The total has gone over in 7 of the last 9 games that Chicago has played Oklahoma City. The incredible pace that the Thunder play at, ranked 3rd in the league, is a big factor as to why the over is 25-16 in their games. Our total pick is over 228.5 points. The total has gone over the last 5 times that OKC has played against an Eastern Conference team and against porous defense from Chicago. I believe it'll become 6 in a row. Utah Jazz vs Orlando Magic. Utah will pick up a victory at home on Friday versus Orlando, but the play here is over. The over has cashed in 5 of Orlando's last 7 versus an opponent from the Northwest Division, as well as in 6 of Utah's last 7 overall. Utah is 3rd in the NBA in scoring with an average of 117.5 points per game and 24th in points allowed at 116.8 points per game. Our total pick is over 232 points. Los Angeles Clippers vs Denver Nuggets. The Denver Nuggets and the Los Angeles Clippers duke it out at the Crypto.com Arena on Friday night in NBA action. In the 2 games that these teams played earlier this season, the total went under thanks in large part to the Nuggets holding the Clippers to an average of 97.5 points per game. Dunksandthrees.com ranks Denver 20th in pace and Los Angeles 21st, so these are 2 slower tempo offenses in this one. The Clippers have had 26 of their games go under this year, including their last 2 and 4 of their last 5. The under is 10-1 in the Clippers' last 11 games at home. Denver has held 2 of their last 4 opponents in the 90s, and neither of their opponents in that span even scored 110 points against them. Our total pick is under 224.5 points. The Nuggets have 21 unders on the year, including 3 of their last 4, and I like their defense to hold Los Angeles down enough to keep that trend rolling. Sacramento Kings vs Houston Rockets. The Houston Rockets and the Sacramento Kings collide once again at the Golden One Center on Friday night in NBA action. Defense is not a word spoken very often in either of these 2 locker rooms. Houston is 21st in the NBA in points allowed at 116.3 points per game, and Sacramento is 25th in the NBA at 117.1 points per game. The Kings are also 1st in the NBA in scoring. The total has finished over in each of Sacramento's last 3 games, while the total has finished over in 2 of Houston's last 3. Our total pick is over 235. In the first of 2 straight games between the 2, a total of 250 points was scored to easily finish over a closing line of 236.